Welcome to the Ladies Lounge.
Welcome to the show. I'm your homegirl, Carmen.
And I'm your girl, Lena.
And we have a very special guest. Y'all, she may be new to y'all, but she's a homegirl from like way back in the day.
Way back.
The one, the one and only Cookie.
What up, y'all? Thank you.
I don't know
guys
if you want to
for
be
having
referred to
me.
as Cookie, though.
You can call me whatever you like.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
the homies know me as Erica, but you know, most people know me as Cookie, and that's fine. You know, I go by both.
Okay.
I would say Erica is more like if you know type thing,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and then Cookie's like just everybody knows me as that. So it just is what it is. But my friends call me Cookie too, so whatever you like.
Okay, yeah, because I've known her forever, and
You call me Cooks.
I got used to calling her Cooks. Like that's,
Mm-hmm.
and that's because for a long time that's all we could
That's
refer
all
to
we
each other
could.
as. And for those who
See?
don't know, quick backstory: we used to be interns together, and my intern name became Carmen, and hers was
Mhm.
Cookie. And so we only referred to each other as that when we were working, and then when we weren't
Mhm.
working, we like it just stuck with
It
us.
just- I used to call you Carmen all the time.
Yeah.
I think it
Yeah.
wasn't until like maybe like 5 or 6 years ago I started calling you
Seriously.
Nancy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've always called you that, and like, can you respond because we
Yeah.
already know. We
I
already
know.
know. Yeah.
You know, like some people feel some type of way about like don't call me that, like you don't really know me, or like to me it comes so easy that I never have that thought. So just like, you call me? You
I
call
feel
me?
like that. I feel like that about my first name. Like
Mhm.
when someone calls me Erica, I feel like you have to know me to call me that. You know,
True.
because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
who do you think you're speaking to? You're
True.
speaking Cookie is here right now. Who are you? It's almost like you're knocking at my door. Like, you know, you're not gonna be like, who? Who are you looking for? Erica?
Well,
Right.
How you know her?
it's a bigger problem though when they call you by your first and last name, and if they throw in that middle name, we really beefing then.
Yeah. You're like, oh, okay.
What?
Well, who you
Yeah.
know? Who you know in my family?
Right. So with me, it's like I actually didn't expose my real name. Man, I just did it. I think like maybe 3-4 years ago.
Yeah,
And
it was
Right.
recent.
yeah, it was when I opened the YouTube channel, and before that,
Mhm.
nobody knew it. And everyone in Fresno was mind blown. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. Her
And
name
they'll be
is
like,
Nancy.
I'm still calling you Carmen. Yeah. But get this,
Mhm.
after that, when I was in public, I was used to knowing when someone called me Nancy is because they know me. And when someone calls me Carmen is because it has to be someone that doesn't really know
Who
me.
doesn't know you?
So I fucked
Mhm.
up. Once I revealed my name, I was like,
Oh,
and you know,
yeah.
I'm bad with faces. So they'd be like, Nancy. And I'll be like, in my head, like, do I know you? Like, I fucked myself
that
up.
Christy, that Christy
right.
Teigen face.
Yes, I kind of regretted it, honestly. I was like, did I know you?
You're
Fuck.
like,
And then
oh.
sometimes I'll have to ask whoever's around. I'm like, oh my God, do I know them? 'Cause yeah, so it sucks. But yeah,
And plus, over the years, you've met so many people, so I'm sure it's really hard to keep up with like that.
that's why I say
Mhm.
it's not you, it's me. You know? Like y'all ain't fucking up.
Imagine,
Yeah,
give her some grace, guys. Imagine all the hands she's shaken before
Right.
COVID. Imagine
right.
all the hands she's shaken in her tenure of radio. Like, imagine
Yeah.
and give her some grace if she don't remember you from 5 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, and you know, I've had messages
Lord.
before where they're like, I've seen people talk about me where they'll say shit like, oh, I saw her and she acted stuck up because she acted like she didn't know, like she acted like she didn't know who I was when I met her before. And I'm
Okay.
like, what?
The shade. Oh my God.
Yeah, like
Dude,
trust me,
people take shit so personally.
so personally, like it.
Mhm.
People don't, and actually, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Fucking 10 years ago, I probably was the same where I'm like, I take it personal. But it's like as you get older, I think you should realize sometimes it's not about you. It's what the person is going through or what they're dealing with. And you know,
Mhm.
it's like it's
Mhm.
really not about you. And that goes with everything, not just like, you know, recognizing someone, but with friendships, with coworkers. You know, how many times had have we been rubbed the wrong way? And then they
Mhm.
tell us something and we're um you know, we react to the point where we're like, man, fuck you. And it's like, mom, we didn't stop and think like, what if somebody had just died in their family, they
Man.
fucking got chlamydia, some shit, you know? I don't know, some shit.
I got
And
the clap, so I'm gonna
yeah,
be a bitch at
got the
work
clap,
today.
man. And so, yeah, over time, I realized like, this ain't it. But listen, quick fun fact about Cookie here, because I want you guys to kind of know. So Angie and I, as most of you know, if you're new to the show, then fun fact, me and Angie have been friends forever. But one thing about Cooks and I and Angie, we all have been actually really good friends forever. But it started off where Cooks and I worked together, and then we stayed friends even after we split up. But then eventually Angie came into the picture, also in radio, but a different radio station. I think I hooked her to come on to B95, right? That's the story? Okay.
Yeah.
So I ended up hooking her to come to B95. So then when we all split up to our radio careers, Cooks and Angie actually worked together. And they had their own radio show called Urban Hollywood, which, by the way, was fucking so fun. Like recently, I was watching some of your videos.
Oh my god!
Like
the nostalgia is real.
Yeah. No, like that was fun. Like y'all had a really good chemistry. There was a third guy with you. I actually didn't understand.
Dame Owens.
And then somebody else, like a couple girls. I know Kiki was on.
And Lady Red Nails.
Lady Red Nails. Yeah.
Yep.
I know I was obsessed with her. She's
like
so
it evolved over time, but all of us weren't on at once. Like, but over time, like the host changed, but the original cast was Angelina and Dame. And so, they're the OGs.
So we won't talk about sex, baby. So I came across.
I know a lot of your guys' sex stuff.
I know.
Yes, you do.
I really do. I got the stories, y'all. Y'all ready?
So actually, we know some of yours too.
Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. I'm a virgin. What y'all talking about?
You know? So, okay. So I came across 14 really good. I came across 14 really good sex questions. And
oh, fuck.
I was like, the first one I saw was like, shit, exactly what we're talking about. Is like, what do you want? Do you want a loud bitch or do you want a quiet one? Like, and with this one, it's interesting because in bed,
oh no,
most men want a loud one. But anyway, the question goes like this. Can you learn to be passionate about someone if there's no chemistry at first? So, like, for instance, do you guys watch The Bachelor, Bachelorette?
I know what show that is, but I don't watch that shit.
Right, but you guys know the concept. Trust me, I never watched it until this last season.
Yeah, you gotta get a rose. You gotta get a rose.
Right. So basically, he has all these girls, and if there's no chemistry, they don't get a rose.
They don't get a rose, right? You don't get a rose. Right. You go home.
So you get the boot.
Yeah. But I can't lie and say that I haven't tried to talk to someone. And I think I was probably at my most desperate when I knew there was no chemistry, but I wanted a boyfriend because I didn't want to be alone. So like, well, you know what?
Well, that's a different situation. You were desperate and you acknowledge that. It's different when you're not desperate. When you're in a desperate state of mind, you'll do anything. I've been there too. You'll do anything for love. You'll be in situations that you said you'd never be in. And you're like, why am I in this situation? Because you're begging for love.
That is true. But you also don't acknowledge that you're desperate until like you look back at your history and you're like, what the fuck?
What was I thinking? What was I thinking? And that's a good space to honor though. Like, look back at yourself and say, it's okay, girl. We got through it,
and it was fun.
And we learned a lot of lessons. And it's okay, girl, because look where we're at now. Thank you for, taking all them dicks that you shouldn't have been taking. And now we sitting pretty over here, because you took all them dicks.
True that. Not all of them. Not all of them. Some of them didn't get a taste. But yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, I think that's the beauty of like knowing your growth. Because who was I looking at? Someone's story, reality star, but they were talking about like erasing their past, and I'm like, who the fuck is counting? When you become an adult, that's shit I think you think about when you're younger.
I didn't even know,
like,
anyways.
Yeah. Like you don't we don't think of those things anymore because
I don't even know my number. I don't know.
Some of them I don't even remember. I'll be like, I don't know that man. I'm sorry to that man.
That's why I don't know my number. Honestly, that's why I don't know my number. Because I'm like, I forgot.
Yep. And some of them didn't count. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. If it wasn't slapping, it don't count.
I forgot. And then it's so weird. It'll like pop in my head one day. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Have you ever ran into somebody? Like, have you ever ran into somebody and you're like,
Oh shit.
Yeah, I ran into somebody actually a long time ago that I forgot that we did.
You forgot.
And yes, and so I was being hella cool, which I am. I'm a people pleaser, so I'm always like trying to make sure everyone's good, like
It
taken
was
care
like,
of. And
yeah,
so
the dick was not good.
I was like, I wasn't until after I was like in bed, and I was like, oh my god, I think we smashed. Like I think we did, and I fucking don't remember. Like, and honestly, it's one of those things where to this day I really don't know, but I'm pretty sure I did.
Pretty sure you did.
But I'm not gonna confirm that shit, right?
Right.
Like, did we? Because it was
never confirm if you can't remember.
Right.
It don't count if I can't
And
remember.
it's like,
right?
who cares? Like, who cares at this point? Like,
Yeah.
all right, it happened, whatever. Like, keep it moving. I mean, I don't know about you. Like, is there at least one person where you're like, I'll always go back to that? Like, no matter what, I will always go back to that.
Well, I don't know about go back because it's like, oh yeah, she can't say nothing because she's in a relationship.
Yeah,
I'm single, so let me speak on this. Okay.
Yes, please do.
I have my favorite D. I'm not gonna lie, I do.
Mm-hmm.
And would I sit on it right now? I sure would. But
she's like, show.
Yes.
But you know,
Why
it's because
is he right
because
now?
I'm available. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Yep.
like in like if I was in a relationship, I would
Obviously,
never.
yeah.
Like, no.
Right.
But yeah, I have my favorite. Oh yeah, I have my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. Now,
Wow. Yes.
okay, but
Him. I wish I had him tonight.
Is
Lord.
it like
For a
dial?
matter of fact, let me go ahead and
No.
Right. But that's the
Okay.
thing. Can you like? Do you have access to? Because that's a question. That's a question that's kind of sad too. Because
I
just
definitely have access to him, but I'm not gonna make that call because
Okay.
I'm like, I would want him to make the call.
so if you
But
watch,
if he made the call, I would oblige.
I wonder if they know. Like, I wonder if they know they have that access to you because I don't think you've
No,
shown
he
it.
doesn't
And
I don't even think it's a
know.
good. Yeah, I don't even think it's a good thing for them to know all that.
He doesn't know
Like,
he has
mm-mm.
it, but I mean, he has it.
So, fellas, if you're listening right now,
And you're one of my exes.
I need a clue. Now I want a clue from
I
her
know.
just to like kind of
Nancy
guess.
knows exactly who
I
I'm
know who it
speaking
is.
about.
Okay. Yeah.
So you know, it's just
Yeah. Oh, so he still got access.
flames. I think he's my twin flame. Like when I look in all of my history of all my relationships, that one was just the one that was on fire.
How funny. I know Angie's too. I know both of y'all's.
That one was just the one that was the fucking fire, like that I can never get out of my soul. Like, like as much as I want to like erase that because
Yeah.
we're
Right.
no longer, that shit is in my soul. Like
He must have touched your soul.
his
He was in
fire, yeah, his fire is in my soul. Like it just is. And
So-
I don't ever see us ever being together ever, like in the future, but like
Mhm.
I am always going to be connected to him, like just because we just had that thing.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like
that's
it was like
passionate
Chris,
sex.
like the Chris Brown and Rihanna, like they'll never
yeah.
ever be together, but
Yep.
they
Right.
had their thing that will
Yep.
never. And like I feel like that with him, like we were our thing. And if you knew, you knew, and we were a thing, and then it was like, it was our time. And
Well,
it
I
was
feel
a
like
special place in my
with
heart.
Chris Brown and Rihanna, if the public eye wasn't so much on them,
Oh,
they
yeah,
probably would
yeah.
have given it a shot because the last
Right.
time that she was around him, she was very vocal about
Oh.
how she still had
She
really
so
like a
loves
lot of love for
of
him.
course. That's her,
Yeah.
I think that's her twin flame too. Like I
Yeah.
think that was her one. That was her Bobby Brown. Like you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Everybody gets that one. The one that
Mhm.
just sets your soul on fire. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
God damn
I
it.
honestly think and then maybe I'm just speaking like this because he's my man now, but I feel like if me and him broke up, he would be the one
The one you go
to
back
go to only because like you said, like he knows me, knows what
Mhm.
I like, pleases what I like, enjoys what I like. So
Mhm.
all those things is like, and by the way, it didn't get there from one night to the other, but the
Right.
first night that we did,
Well, at least
like,
you guys were open to it.
yeah. But if we ever broke up, not that he better not fucking think about breaking up with me, but I'm saying if we ever did, he probably would be. All right, we could tap, but let me heal first, okay? But I feel like with this topic, it's interesting because we have men that listen too, and I want to take this time to kind of highlight that or spotlight this, because for the men that are listening right now, and you may be thinking to yourself like, I don't think I have a girl that would. You never know, because
imagine if he has a girl though, and he's like looking at her like, bitch, who's yours?
That's a good one.
That's a good question to ask your girl. I'm gonna say it, fellas. Ask your girl who's her best, and it probably ain't you.
Do you want to know the truth? Can you handle the truth?
Can you handle that?
Honestly, like, do we ever settle down with our best dick? It's rare.
Well,
no.
I mean, you might be settling with your best dick, but
I hope so.
Well, listen,
I'm not settled, so I'm still looking for that, but my best is in my past.
You just haven't had a chance to find someone yet, but I think it's gonna take another reconnection and someone to fulfill you more than that past, because that
right.
That past D,
let me up, bruh.
Yeah, because that past D only connected you on that level. To obviously, we know that he wasn't enough to handle.
Here's the thing about it, like the sex, it was good, but it was the connection that made it bomb,
right?
And I think that's what set it apart. There was something about our connection, so that like during the sex, it was just like something I had never experienced before. It was just like I said, just flames, and so like I always felt after that, when I didn't feel that from men, I always felt like I was missing something, because I'm like, I want to feel the flames that I felt. And so, I definitely know that with my next dude, he better come with the flames, and like that, and it's not about the sex, it's just about the connection. If I don't feel the flames, I'm not settling. I told myself that right now. I don't care if I'm single for the next 2 to 3 years. I'm not settling until I feel the goddamn flames. I want the flames.
Right now,
that's good.
Right now that you are single and you're getting back out there dating, do you feel like it's better to meet somebody new or go back to the like recycling bin? Like, what do you feel more comfortable doing?
I want something new. I feel like I understand my exes, and I understand their baggage now more than ever, because I understand my baggage. Right. And so now in retrospect, I'm like, okay, if I went back to that, this is what I'd have to deal with. If I went back to that, this, I've kind of went through the list of my exes, and I'm like, right, I don't want to deal with that. I know we've had a conversation of this in our past, and like, I've been doing work on myself. So I feel like my baggage is less than it was a year or two ago. I'm not coming with the same shit. So I feel like for me, I want that from somebody too. Like, even if you had years and years of trauma, years and years of baggage that you were carrying, at least you can say like, I'm coming with less. And I want that from a man. Like, I don't want a man that's just stuck in his ways or stuck in, like, let's work through this. Like, I want to see that you're actively trying to work through this. So yeah, no, to answer your question, like, you're like, I want the fucking flames. Like, no, I want the flames.
That's because you've had the flames before.
I had the flames before, I want the flames.
Yeah. So with this, the question that I had previously asked you guys, can you learn to be passionate about someone if there's no chemistry first? This one actually says, if a couple like each other, this is to answer that question. If a couple likes each other, they have fun together, they basically have a good relationship, they shouldn't call it quits if everything is there but the sex. Chemistry can grow if you give yourself permission to learn about yourself as a sexual human being and to communicate your desires. And that is fucking key, because again, like I said, I am more than pleased with the man I have now, and I honestly think if I wasn't, I wouldn't be as passionate about. And I told Angie this. I told her this the other day. I was like, I need to stop talking about my man, because I don't want it to always be about that. I want people to know outside of just different options, different opinions on things, and I don't want to focus on that. But I'm like, you know what? It's genuine. When I talk about him, it's certain things that are genuine because it's just a connection, because we've been together for so long. So he's literally like my best friend slash man. But honestly, that I think that's true. I think there is ways, because I can say that when him and I started, sex was good, but it got better with time. And that's both ways. We've had this
heard that
to
I've
each other.
heard that when people who've been in relationships for a long time, I heard that like the sex gets better. I'm like, really? Ooh, that's something to look forward to.
I think it's probably because you get comfortable, like you're comfortable with that person, you start being more vocal about your needs, you know, because like imagine the first night you're like, no, like this, do this, you know, it can be a little awkward.
I don't like that. I need it, you need to slow down. Oh no, right here. Oh yeah, right there. Yep. That's me all day. I'm gonna tell you what I want. I don't care. I'm a Capricorn. I'm gonna tell you what I want.
And that's how it should be.
And I expect you to do it.
Wrong with that.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it should be. There's really nothing wrong with that, because
don't fuck up.
Nobody else is in that relationship but you guys, and sex is a bed obviously too. So it's like nobody really wants to put this on the table when you're first dating, but it is important. But you know, look at us. We also took like the infidelity that was involved in our relationship, the insecurities I had, the insecurities he had. So it took a lot to get to that. All right, now let's talk about sex. Are you missing something? Is there a reason why you're looking elsewhere? Because I need to know. And like my thing was too, like I've said this on the show before, I'm like, I get attention everywhere. That's not the problem. The problem has been that I'm not getting it from the man I'm with. So when it got to that, you know, but we had to have those like awkward conversations. Otherwise,
of course,
otherwise we wouldn't be, you know, in a better place that we are now. So it took a lot of that, but sex does get better. And if it doesn't, that means you guys haven't communicated about it yet, or you guys are so far off each other already that you don't realize that you're just with each other because of the comfort, you know? But girl, sex does get better after being together 8 years, girl. Okay, 8 years.
And I need to be somebody for like 8 months, and then I'll see what it do.
But that's even good. 8 months is good, so you get to know each other and what you like. And like Cookie said, you express what you like and what you don't. You know?
Right. Yep.
So the next question is, can you have a great, long-lasting sex life with the same partner? Oh shit, that's the question I just answered.
Oh.
So yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I wonder what it says.
Over time, for sure.
It says, but you're not going to be having movie style sex. Movie sex is romantic and passionate. You idolize your partner. You're turned on even before you begin, and you make love every time you're together. Also, basically telling you,
I missed that.
That's a fairy tale.
Role play.
Movie sex is not the truth. Like, you know, don't be expecting all that passionate shit every time. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen.
It's true.
But I'm saying don't expect that shit every time.
Yep.
You know?
Sometimes you just want to get it in. Get it in.
Shit, sometimes we just want to get it in. Like, we don't want all the extras. Like, just come on, hurry up, let's go. You know?
Yep. And as long as they don't get too comfortable talking about, babe, I just need to get off real quick. Like, bitch, this is 3 times in a row. What about me?
Yeah, no. Oh, no, I don't do that. I gotta get something.
Yeah.
No, I gotta get something.
This says, what's the latest on sex toys? You know what? This is a good topic because I think we meant to talk about this in the past, but sex toys was something that wasn't introduced in our relationship until like the 3rd or 4th year. So it's not a common thing, but remember how we talked about like the sex got better in time? That was a part of it, and it was introduced. It was new to me. I actually don't even know if it was new to him, but I really don't care because let me not get myself mad. You know what I'm saying?
She's gonna go home. I was just gonna say that you're gonna make yourself mad. You're gonna go home and you'll be like, "Hey, hey, babe,
have you used any toys with anybody else?"
Yes. What toys do you use with them bitches?
Yeah, that's okay. Maybe that's a question because you know I always say this on the show. Like I always have been open about, and even Angie will be like, I would never ask because I don't want to know. I don't want to fuck.
I don't want to know.
But there has been times where I do have to stop myself from asking certain questions because I know myself and I know I'm not gonna let it go. So you gotta know where to go with it. But sex toys is fun, man. If you have in your last relationships, did you guys include toys?
No. Now I think about it, no.
Is it because you didn't want to, or is it because like the topic never got brought up.
It never came up in mine.
Yeah, it never came up, and I think we weren't at that stage yet where we like felt enough like comfort to be able to go there. Like now I feel like I'm gonna bring my box, I'm gonna bring my whole toy and be like, what's up? It's time to play.
But Angie, is it only that though? What you just answered right now, is it only that because if you think about it, you've been taking care of yourselves to be celibate. So
right.
Is it that the toys are interesting right now because that's what you're doing to keep from adding to your list?
Right.
Or is it that you won't even think of the toys once you have your man, you know?
Yeah, you know what though? I think now because I'm more entertained, you know, with the toys, now I'm just more like, I'm gonna incorporate both if I can, you know, like that's all I have right now. I don't have yeah. So I'm like, okay, that's fun and I'm enjoying it. But when it comes
it's not the real thing though.
Right, exactly.
I don't like my toys.
I want both. I don't
like my toys. I don't want
my
toys.
I love that you guys have so many fucking similarities right now because like she's like, I'm over my fucking toys. Angie actually like recently said this to me. She's like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Want
some real.
So, okay, do you guys mind?
I want to feel a warm dick.
Do you mind? If
the toys are not warm and mushy.
No, they're cold sometimes.
First of all, you know they sell warm dicks, right?
They got dick warmers.
They got dick warmers.
Does it throb? Does it
does it have veins, you mean?
Does it pulse?
Yeah, like can you feel it?
Well, remember I told you there's a new sex toy for women. I mean for men. That the girl it's gotten so advanced that this doll fucking breathes. So like
right.
It has like
they need to do the same then.
Does she get her period?
That's why they love them because they don't get the fucking
for the guys. No, for the guys who like that shit. Does she get her period?
I will never understand why men like that. But
they love that shit. They love that.
I've never met a man who loves it. I've met men that
want to do it. Yeah.
No,
I've met some men that's their thing.
Oh no.
But isn't there a saying? Isn't there like the saying like that's basically like witchcraft? You basically put a spell on them if you do while you're on your period.
Get this pussy
like
juice.
Like the woman put the spell on him? The woman put the spell on him, or what are you saying?
Like basically
period blood is supposed to put spell on men. Yes.
Yeah. So even like there's people that put it in their spaghetti and then feed it to their man.
It's supposed to be to get them to love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's brujeria 101. Yep. Come on, girl.
I'm mind blown right now.
Cook your man some spaghetti with your period blood in it.
Okay. What else?
He gonna get you a ring. You gonna get a ring, girl.
I'll get a ring.
He won't ever leave you alone. He will never leave you alone.
That's when I need to get the motherfucking ring.
Period juice.
Yep.
I need period juice apparently. But you know what? I gotta Google this shit because I think you guys are fucking with me right now.
No. How do we both know about it?
It's facts, girl. It is facts.
It's real facts. So like back in the day, men were told not to eat women's spaghetti because women were putting their period blood in women's spaghetti, in their spaghetti to get their man.
What do they call those men?
Men?
That's true. What do you call a man who likes period sex?
I don't think they have a name.
There has to be a name. I bet you there is.
There's a scientific name. What is it called?
It says guys confess what they really think about period sex. See, I think you guys are lying to me. Here's the 12.
No, you have to look up
12 real men
blood and spaghetti.
Yeah.
Oh, spaghetti.
Yeah,
what is it?
Blood.
Blood and spaghetti.
I hope no one goes through my fucking feed.
What does Google say? What did Google say?
Let's see. Oh shit! It finished the sentence for me.
Yeah.
You're not the only one looking it up.
Spaghetti to keep men. What? How come I never knew this?
Yep.
Because you gotta be in that spiritual journey, girl.
And by the way,
I'm filling my fucking wine because you all know I barely drink. So I'm like, really like, what the fuck? There's movies about it, guys.
Oh, what's the movie? I want to watch it.
So this voodoo-ish type of superstition says that if a woman puts some of her menstrual blood in the food and you eat it, you'll fall in love with her. What?
I've never done it. But I have heard about it.
Angie?
I plead the fifth.
That's probably why I don't got a man. That's probably why I don't got a man. I ain't never get my period juice to go away.
Girl, they will not leave you alone after. They will not leave you alone after.
Angie gave her period juice away.
No. But if you do have sex while you're on your period, I've noticed that.
Oh, they're stuck. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you didn't put it in the food. He just was in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. He was in the sauce.
I did learn.
The only ones that have ever been in my sauce, they still fuck with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Same.
Yep. It's a spell. We cast a spell on them with
That's true. Well, that's because they also
covered in the blood.
I just feel like they will only do that though if they fuck with you on like a deep level, because I don't think it's a normal thing. Like if they don't really fuck with you, they just know you're just a smash. I don't think they're down for the period stuff. That happens when
there definitely has to be a connection, but I think when you add that to it, it's a whole deeper level.
It gets messy.
It
gets messy. You gotta get towels.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. I don't really like that.
That has happened. Honestly, I don't like that. So
I don't like it either.
It's weird, but it stops as where
it does.
Yeah, so it's not like
messy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and again, I've been in a relationship.
It's only
forever,
messy
so
if you're like really heavy, like menstruating.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Because it's
or just hit the shower.
Like
just
why
hit the
are
shower.
we?
The shower is good.
But why are we set up like that? Seriously, because why is it that when we're on our period, we're fucking horny? Why?
It's all those hormones.
Hormones are going crazy.
I'm like, bruh, why did Mother Nature? Why we get set up like that?
Well,
like
so
that's
crazy.
not fucking.
I'm not horny when I'm on my period. I'm horny like the day before, like the first 2 days, like the 2 days before. But that's when I'm most scared to have sex because I'm like, oh, well, what if I start bleeding? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's happened to me before, girl. That shit is embarrassing as fuck. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And usually so it's me, the day, the 1-2 days before, I'm like,
She playing the guitar in the bathroom when she washing her coochie.
Usually for me though, like I think like a week before I start, getting like all emotional, and then I start noticing I'm like, damn, I want some chocolate and some dick, and then that's when I'm like, oh, it's that time. I'm like, it's that time because I start feeling, your
boobs,
my boobs.
Yep. Start getting bigger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So with me,
mine fill up. Like, I don't got big titties.
Oh yeah. It's natural to grow.
I don't got big titties. But when it's my period comes, my bitches be like, ew.
So I will say this though, with me, I learned about pregnant porn. I learned about it when
yeah. I could have sworn I was at the store.
Wait, bitches are still getting a check.
What?
I feel like I was at
they
the store.
They still getting a porn check in the period?
Yeah, when they're pregnant. Yeah. I could have sworn I was with you.
I'm not gonna lie. After I get off of this, I'm about to go to Pornhub. I gotta see. Oh yeah,
shit. Pornhub it. So
period. Pregnant hoes. Fucking
yes. So when Angie, yeah, you were with me because
I'm about to Google it right now. I'm like,
yeah, Google it. Google it and then
No, I'm not gonna Google it. I'm gonna Pornhub it.
Wait, you got the app?
No, I'm on my laptop.
I have to Google Pornhub to get to the hub. So
no, well, yeah, I'm gonna.
She's like, I have a tab open.
I'm gonna Google Pornhub and then I'm gonna Google the.
Well, guess
pregnant
what?
girls.
By the way, too, like I think I've been watching way too much porn lately because I'm getting a lot of random text numbers and it's a link and I never click on it and I'm like, oh my god, am I watching too much porn? Because
oh wow.
Wait, do you watch it with your man or by yourself?
Both.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. But at first, but check this out though. At first, right, I used to watch it by myself.
Same. I watch it by myself. I don't watch it with my man. I like to be alone when I'm.
Oh no, I still watch it
because I feel like the type of porn that turns me on might turn him off.
Oh, that part. It's very important to talk about that part.
Like, well, wait a minute. Like, what if you don't like what I'm watching?
Well, here's how we
He'll be
open
like-
the conversation.
Hey, he'll be
Like,
like looking
girl,
at his.
Yeah.
He'll be
You
looking at
got some
his like,
fetish. You got some fetish shit on here that I don't fuck with.
No. Okay, yeah, maybe you don't want to touch that subject, but I will say that when we started having conversations about porn, it was weird because he actually didn't want to tell me. He's like, I don't want to tell you
What
I don't
kind
wanna
he
tell you,
likes.
one, I think you're gonna get jealous.
Midget
And
porn.
you're gonna like what I like. No, it wasn't. It was not gay porn. Let's just throw it
No,
out there
she
because
said
that's the
midget.
I
first
did
thing
not say
thought.
gay porn. What are you talking about?
Oh, you did it? Okay.
That's what she heard.
What did you say? What did you say?
Midget porn.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, since it's out there, I was gonna say the first thing I thought with when my man told me I don't want to tell you, my heart dropped because I was like, oh my god, is he gonna tell me it's gay porn? Then I think of a whole like this is like a serious topic to talk about. And I was like, oh my god, what if he tells me? What if I do this? Like, and so then I was like,
God.
now you gotta tell me because now I'm intrigued. Like, what do you like? So,
right.
Oh
he's
my
like, I'll
God.
tell you if you tell me first. I said, nope, that's not how the game goes. I said, you got to tell me because I asked you first. And that's how our thing is. Like, if I ask you first, then, you know, you got to answer. So he's like, all right. But it took a minute. So he finally texts me. By the way, he's at work when we're talking about this. He finally texts me what it is. And I actually enjoyed it. I'm not going to say what it is, but I actually enjoyed it. And I was like,
What you
now you're
enjoyed
just
when
saying
he
that.
was watching?
Yeah. He sent me links.
Oh, he sent you the link.
Yeah. And
He was
first of
like-
all, I was like, you guys
He was like, here, baby, click this.
Yeah. Because he was like, I
And
was
get
like, what do you like?
familiar.
Like, I'm not gonna say what I like, but I'll send it to you. So he sent it to me, and I was like, okay. But I will say the reason why he felt
Work with him all day.
to tell me what it was because it was something. It was on the image of the people that were there. They weren't people that looked like me. That's why he felt uncomfortable. But then that's where we clicked because then I was like, this is mine.
Oh, they look the same.
So he
Same
was
love language. Look at that.
Yeah.
Ooh, y'all connected on porn.
True that. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, that was a connection because after that we were open to like watching, and he didn't believe. He's like, you don't watch it when I'm not around. I was like, what the fuck? Yes.
I like, let me show you my browser.
No. My shit is cleared. But guess what I did?
Oh, she'd be like, clear cache.
I do. I clear the cookies.
I do too.
clear
I'm gonna tell
everything.
you. Let me tell you what I think. So every time I watch a porn, I clear my history too because I'm like, what if somebody takes my laptop?
Yeah.
I'm like, what if somebody takes my laptop and they see my history?
Well,
They're gonna think I'm a fucking weirdo.
I know.
Clear last
I
hour.
just go-
Clear last hour.
See, what I do is I go into the incognito.
Ah,
I
Yep.
still don't know how to use that.
Oh, I gotta show
I do,
you.
but
That's
I
what
don't
do.
like incognito Google, so I don't like being in there all the time. So I just like,
No.
nah.
Wait,
It's
why?
annoying to
Why
me.
is it weird?
No, it's just different.
It is.
So guess what
It
happened?
looks different than what you're used to. So it's just
Mhm.
like,
It's
you're-
like
'cause
not something you're familiar with.
well, yeah,
Right.
and then plus it's like you're incognito, so like it's showing you browsers in a different way. It's
Mhm.
showing you pages in a different way.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll just delete my shit. And then apparently I'm getting fucking text messages where I'm like, what the fuck is
Oh wait, why? Did you put your number in a porn site?
no?
That's
I
so
did.
weird.
I've never put my number. I've
You
never
did.
put my emails. Like I get free porn. I'm not about to pay for no porn. I get free porn. So I'm like, why do I have this shit? Anyway, so guess what? My sister, this is why I just learned about incognito Google because I didn't know about this.
Mhm.
But my sister, every kid does this. You guys have all let your kids borrow the phone.
Right.
So
Yeah,
my
yeah,
sister
yeah.
let my niece borrow the phone, and
Mhm.
she she got the phone and it took her to the Siri
Yeah.
Safari, and you know when you don't close it out, the
It's
Safari
right
will
there.
open
They're
up.
all right there. Yeah.
Yes. So when she clicked it, it took her, and she was like, "Ugh, Mom," and she's like, "I kid you not." My sister's still traumatized. She's like, "It was literally the hole and the She's like, literally, and I couldn't, and I was like, oh my God, no, you didn't. She's like, yes, I took it from her, and I was like, oh, I pretended like I didn't know what it was. And she's like, oh my God, that's weird. And her man was like, are you fucking serious? You watch porn by yourself? And that's how he knew.
She got double busted in one time.
Twice. I was like,
oh my God.
niece is
busted by your man and your child at the same damn time.
So then I was like, he was like, I fucking told you need to go on the incognito because that's the only way.
Oh my God.
Like, I didn't know about that shit. And I was like, at least clear your shit.
Right.
Like, exit, swipe, make sure nobody
hilarious.
fucking sees.
That's surprising. Women are usually very good about clearing their tracks.
Right.
I'm super shocked that your sister would leave that on
She's too
there.
innocent. She's too innocent. I was actually surprised she even watched porn. She's very innocent. So
that is hilarious. But you know what though? I saw this thread one time that this girl said she was in her room and she's watching it, and apparently it was still connected to the Bluetooth on the speaker in the living room. So
oh my God, that's always been my fear. That has always been. You guys don't ever take it off Bluetooth before you watch?
No, I don't connect my speakers to my Bluetooth, girl. No.
Oh Lord.
Oh no, I have to. So I'm
sorry. I'm never getting busted in porn. I'm not. You're not gonna bust me.
You're like, I ain't fucking.
You're not gonna bust me. In the history of my porn watching, I've never been busted.
Yeah, same.
Ever.
So,
ever.
Yeah, make sure you delete all your shit. Delete,
clear cache, clear history.
So
bitch wasn't there. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I did? I actually,
but I busted a nut though.
These, like porn conversations. I actually went on his phone one of the days that he was sleeping, and I looked because I was like, "What if he's lying to me?"
Hey, you be in that phone, Nancy. You be in that phone, girl.
I be in that. Matter of fact, that's how I've caught every single motherfucker that cheated on me. So I went in his phone and I was like,
fuck with you all day. Obviously, like, I'll be in that phone.
In that.
I love that you fucking own that shit.
Yeah, I have. Like, listen, that's the only way I've been able to catch, like, because I don't like facing a motherfucker that I'm telling him like you're cheating on me for him to tell me no, I'm not, you're crazy. So I gotta
you gotta have the evidence. Yes, you gotta have a whole presentation, girl. I got the whole PowerPoint present
to myself, because the other lie will be, what are you talking about? No, you didn't. So that they can get it and delete it. No, motherfucker, I send it to myself. Here you are, page 1, page 2. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get me. But anyway, so I checked his phone.
I got a copy.
Yeah, I was
got
like,
a backup file.
If he's telling me the truth about the porn that he watches, or if he's actually sending me like a different link of what he thought I would like. So I went on his phone and I searched it and I found the links and I was like, no fucking did it. And it was actually the same. It was the same stuff that he had sent me. So and this was, I told him after that we had a discussion. I'm like, you don't clear your fucking
yeah.
Like, yeah, he didn't clear it. That's how I found it. And then I was like, well, at least you weren't like, he's like, he got mad though. He was like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Like, what if I was like,
yeah, that's invasive.
He's like, I don't give a fuck. That's my privacy. I was like, well, at least I know what you jack off to, and early on in the relationship, I had a problem with the fact that he felt uncomfortable showing me a video and letting me walk away with the phone. I was like, there's a fucking red flag. I've been there, done that with somebody else. You're not going to do that to me. So either we lay it on the table and you show me what the fuck you're scared of me seeing, or we got bigger problems. Because obviously, if you don't feel comfortable and I do, we're not on the same page. Like, so right. it took a serious conversation, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for him to hand it over to be like, all right, here you go. I'm clear now. He don't have to do this when he fucking sitting next to me, And so we're at that, but it took a lot of fucking trial and error to get to that, unfortunately. But yeah, it is what it is, when you've been with someone for so long, at some point you get to that point where you're like, you're going to have issues. It's going to be, but it's not normal. I don't want to normalize cheating. Like, I never want to normalize fucking cheating. I never want to normalize the disrespecting of a woman or vice versa, of a man too. But you got to have those conversations.
Pregunta, por favor.
Sí.
If we don't normalize cheating, how do you feel about an open relationship after like 20 years of fucking the same man?
Wait, how do I feel? What?
How do you feel about an open relationship after fucking a man for 20 years?
I don't know. I couldn't. sharing's not my thing. We've had that conversation before on here where we talked about the possibilities. There was a time where I was wanting to actually.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you get bored with his dick, are you ever open to set on another one?
I don't know. It's not something I think about, I guess. So no, but we have been open about like bringing someone in, and talking about that.
That's hot.
And then the whole rule was, but at the time we had that conversation, the rule was that I had to pick her,
Not only that, you have to be very safe because of who you are.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that she's not about to be like, oh, you know what I did?
Been there. Right. That's why it got complicated. That's why I think I never went through with it. But then it was actually deeper than that. The conversation that we were having about that was basically me dumbing down to please him when really we had bigger issues. So when I realized I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing this for you, I was like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, why was I even considering that? Because I was trying to save my relationship. Fuck that. You either want this coochie for life or you're gone. Like, let me know now, because I'm not wasting any more of my fucking time. And so we did have to have that conversation. I was like, I want you to be honest though. Do you feel like you're gonna need this? Because if you feel like you're gonna be needing to do something else, tell me now, because I will never be down with that. The time that I was willing to do it and we had those conversations, it was a couple months. Like we were like, we should go to Vegas. I'll come out. We had a whole plan.
Yeah, you guys were serious. You are in.
Yeah. Because I'm a very sexual being.
You were trying to please him too.
Yes. And I was a very sexual being. So with that, I think it came with hand in hand with the fact that I'm trying to please him. So it was easy for me to have like, all right, well, fuck it, let's try it. But then I realized I'm not doing this shit for me. I'm doing it for you. So fuck that.
And I'm glad that you felt that, because if you ever want to do that, it should have been for you, not because of him.
Exactly.
Right.
Like you don't ever want to do things because the man wants to do things. You want to do things because you want to do things, because then you feel like you're like selling your soul a little bit,
Yeah. Right.
I've done some shit in bed that I'm not proud of. And it was because I was trying to make him happy, and then it was just like, what the fuck did I get out of it? And I don't even talk to this fool no more.
Right.
Yeah.
See, for me, I feel like I'm open to exploring and doing certain things with my partner, but it's got to be my, the person that I'm going to trust, whether things don't work out or they do work out. Like, I got to know you're not going to be running your mouth either and bragging to your boys. And, and if whatever we decide to bring somebody in, that they're going to be aware that this is, something fun. It ain't going to be nothing messy. Because I've heard of stories where like, there's somebody else gets involved and then he starts messing with her behind the girls, but it just gets so messy.
I heard that a lot. That happens a lot.
Yeah.
I'm scared of that.
So here's the thing though too. I know you said you shouldn't do something just because your man wants to do it. I disagree with that only because there's certain things that you can do that are still healthy. Because for instance, to me, it turns me on when he is
you
open.
See him on.
Yeah. And if he tells me, but without
without compromising yourself. Maybe that was the part that I left out. Like, you shouldn't do something for your man if it compromises you.
There you go.
Right.
Because that's what I was doing. I was compromising myself when I was willing to do the open.
You don't fuck with. Like, I've done shit in my bedroom that I don't fuck with either. But when you see them, be like,
turn on. Like, you like what? You like it where? You want
what? You?
You're like, what?
Like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you're a boys. You was screaming like a little bitch.
Right, little bitch. I owned you in bed. Shit, I know what the fuck you was thinking.
Did you hear what you told me last night? Do you remember what you told me last night?
Yep. Yeah, no, it's true. So yeah, without compromising yourself. So that's what I think I was doing when I was, but I'm not gonna lie. The thought of it turned me on a little bit. That's why I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's plan it. I was doing the planning.
Oh my God.
And he kept doing the whole like, nah. Every time I would be like, all right, so we'll do it this weekend, like this coming up weekend, we'll do it this. And he'll be like, nah, I don't want it. And I'll be like, nah, I'm telling you. He's like, nope, it's a setup. I know you. And he was right. I would set him up and stuff like that. But I was like, no, I really I want to try it. And then boom, eventually when it didn't happen, we unlocked these fucking doors that were really more serious, and then eventually it broke us up, you know?
Right,
So
right.
when we got back together, all that shit was on the table. Like, all right, so we're not doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, we're doing that. And I'm telling you, after that, like, it was a different level of fun in the relationship, renewing it, you know? And it's not like we were split for so long. We was like a couple months, if that. And it was fine, you know, but I did miss the dick. So I knew then that it was gonna be a problem, you know?
Right.
Like, shit, maybe he would be the guy I go back to while I find me a man. So that's why I understand if you guys have the go-to, because I think that's
I don't have the go-to.
You what?
I don't have a go-to.
You don't have a go-to? No, but you know someone that you would want to.
I have a want to. I don't have a go-to.
Oh, not a go-to.
Get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, girl. I got a want to.
Right. There's the
one. I don't gotta go to.
Yeah, I do have both. I have my go-to that I can whenever, but then there's the one that I would love to and I can't. So
why can't you?
You know? Because he's taken. So, you know.
I don't know for sure. But my gut tells me that mine is taken too.
Well, that's what Facebook is for, girl. Let's go do some searching.
No, I like that you didn't go though.
I don't like to search.
No,
I don't like to search because I feel like I have in my past, not recently, but like in my past, I've searched to see like what he's doing, and it's always like hurt my feelings. Like, you know, like I don't want to see him happy. Like, I feel you. No. Okay, wait. I want to see him happy.
I get it.
I totally do. But like, there's a certain feeling of like him being happy, like, and I'm not involved in that. It like, it hurts a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't like to put myself in that position. So for me personally, I don't like to go to his page. I don't. Like, I'm the type of person that like, if he's not hitting me up, I don't need to be on his fucking page. And so like that's just kind of like how I feel.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Situation. Yeah, no, not out of mind.
Yeah, obviously.
Sometimes in the mind, but like as far as I'm concerned, I'm like, we had our space and our time. And like, you know, it is what it is. And I feel like if God, the universe, if whatever my higher source wants us to come back into this space and time and this human experience, then it'll happen. And so for me, I'm like, why do I need to force something that if it's going to come, it's going to come. And then if it's not, then I know that better is coming. So for me personally, where I'm at in my life, I can't go looking at his page. Like, I just can't. That's going backwards to the girl I used to be, setting myself up in that trap, setting myself up, and this is all I can be. Because in my mind, he's my best. But what if that's not even the best? What if my best is like way more? But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to go back to seeing him as like, this is all that I can be. So I don't go searching for his page. You know, we've been following each other years ago. So like, I don't go like, God as my witness, like I don't go to his page because I'm like, I'm open to the fact that he's not the best. I'm praying to God that he's not my best.
Right.
And that my best is yet to come.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so like I'm praying that like what we had was beautiful and that what I get in my future is like 10 times that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I feel like in my situation, he set the bar and he set that bar so high that I'm like, now it's like, damn.
High, right?
Yeah.
And you're waiting for someone to surpass that.
Right. And it's not that I compare it, but it's definitely like, damn, like there really hasn't ever been somebody better than that. And
how did it feel? Can I ask you that? How did it feel? Like flames, right?
It was
magical.
It was something that I feel like there's just this natural. So that's how I honestly, that's how I felt for so many years. Like, damn, that's the guy. Like, that's the guy that I could have been with.
Did you know he was the guy after?
Yes, it was after because
you didn't know when you had it. That's the worst. You didn't know when you don't know what you have in your hand. That's the worst.
Yeah, because I got back with
my
ex. Yep, because I got back with my ex, and then once he was gone, and then once he was gone, I was just like, what did I do that for? Like, I literally lost somebody that really truly loved me, and I loved
But see,
him.
your loyalty was to your baby daddy at the time, because
Right.
honestly, everybody wants to at some point save their relationship for the sake of your child, and then you realize, no, you
Who
did it
does?
too. You did it too. For a long time, you're with that person because you're trying to make it work, thinking that it's gonna work, and then it doesn't.
Oh yeah, but not after the fact.
Oh no, but I'm saying with her, she
No.
was still in that situation where it wasn't completely tied yet. That's why he was
Right.
able to pull her fucking back in, you know? And when
Mhm.
that happened, it's unfortunate, but we don't realize it till after. So I think at that point, Angie knew that that guy was good, but in her mind, she's like, let me see if I can make it work. If my ex is really gonna change, if
Yep.
he's really gonna be there for me and my child, not just, try to use my child as a pawn. And so when she ended up going back, she knew she was leaving a good thing, but wanted to see if it could work with this, you know?
Yep. I cried. I remember I cried
That's
knowing
gonna leave
like
a good
me and him
thing.
wouldn't be together again because he asked me, "Are you sure? Like, are you sure this is what you want?" And I was like, "I have to."
You didn't
I
tell
felt
me
like
this,
I had to.
girl.
Yeah. So it was one of those
Ooh,
moments
the
where,
story gets deeper.
yeah, I had to like literally choose my family at the time to, just to see if it would work out again. And then it didn't end up working out. He
Mm.
ended up moving on, and it was just too late for us to like try to like work it out at that point, So I do feel like we are definitely soulmates. We definitely have this very deep connection. Who knows if, maybe in the next lifetime we'll be together, but I think in this last lifetime we're probably not going to be. So, I've accepted it.
Well,
Yep.
listen, you never
That's
know.
burn. You never know. Time
Yeah.
just goes so crazy sometimes. Like I even look back at my past and like I'm looking at things and I'm like, how did that happen? And so you just
Mhm.
never know. Like,
Yeah.
you just never know.
Well,
You
I'll
just
tell you
never
what
know.
Angie ain't doing, waiting.
That part.
That part, yeah. So
I am still
I
living
think
life.
And you
that's the beauty
shouldn't.
though of
That's dumb
understanding
as
where you're
hell.
at, like where you stand. You know what I'm saying? It's like at
Mhm.
least you guys you're at that place where you know what's reality and what isn't, you know?
Mhm. Yep.
So, okay, so the
Yep.
next question on here is it says, do men compare us to women in porn movies? It's a good question because I think a lot of women at
Oh.
some point you feel that. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually asked that stupid question to my man. I'm like, is this what you like? You know, like,
I think you should though.
right?
Yeah.
You should, right?
Yeah.
So
If
it says,
they are watching a certain type of porn, you should inquire like,
yeah.
is this something that
Yeah.
I'm not doing for you? Is this why
For
you're
sure.
watching it? But
Yep.
if it's like
Mhm.
regular porn, you shouldn't have
Yeah.
any red
Because
flags, like
honestly,
whatever.
like,
But if they're watching a certain type of like fetish or a certain type of
right.
thing
No,
that you
like foot
know that
candles.
you don't do in the
Right.
bedroom, then
Right.
obviously he's getting that somewhere else. Thank God it's not with another woman. It's in
Right.
his mind. But like
Yeah.
But
eventually you have
still,
to
that would fuck me
understand that.
up.
But you have to understand that eventually like that's where he's going.
That would fuck me up. Like if it was something completely like different, I would for sure be like, wait a minute, like let's have a deeper conversation, you know? But I did ask that question. I was like, is this what you like? And he's like, no, like this is, and once I realized, and then once I snooped, then I confirmed myself that it was not
Mm.
true. But anyway, but it says here, most men aren't wishing their partners look like these women. They just wish they were as comfortable with their bodies and with sex. Which
Mm.
fucking shit is so true because
Mm-hmm.
there was a point where, like I said early on, where we weren't open to toys, when weren't open to like having different sex things. And one of the things what that he confronted me on was, I wish you would more comfortable with yourself. And I was like, you
Oh,
know what? This is true. And this is my insecurity as a mother and my body
of course, your
changing.
body is not look the same.
Right. Our bodies don't look the same. And
Mm.
you pick at yourself so much, especially
Yes.
I think with me, I pick at myself because I'm in the industry and I and this is what I've learned not to do, and I still fight it every now and then. But like to compare yourself or to feel like you got to be perfect because people love you. And that's why I tell Angela all the time, I don't feel like I'm a sex symbol, and that's not who I try to be, and I will never try to be something I'm not. But I still pick at myself, like at the end of the
Mm.
day, like if I feel like I was telling you earlier, I want to get my boobs fixed, like those
But
are
like
things that I want to
do
do.
you want to be a sex symbol though?
No. That's what I'm telling you. I've never wanted to be that. That's just not who I am. But it doesn't mean that I still don't feel
But you still might want to be sexy though. And so if you feel like you're not, then we got to get you there. And there's a way to get you there.
This was like old conversation, like for sure. But it was that like where he's like, you're like, how come you don't see what I see? Like I see you're sexy, like open yourself up to that. And it took for me, because again, I'm a fucking tomboy. You guys have always known I'm a tomboy, and I wore dresses when I went to the club and stuff. Like I do like that, but it's not my everyday thing. I'll take kicks over heels anytime, right? So when I'm in my comfort zone, which obviously with him, because we were together, say a couple years in already, I was already in my comfort zone, and that sexy wasn't there anymore because I was hella comfortable. And it's not okay for me to just let myself go. And I was like, I refuse to do this to myself. And obviously because of entertainment, so when I'm always out, I try to look my best. So when I'm home, I'm like, all right, listen, let me borrow your shorts and put them on real quick. And I was like, you know what? That's not cool though either, because I wouldn't want, if he became a total different person when we were home, I would probably feel a little turned off too, or like, why are you dressing up for these people but you're ain't dressing up for me? So I would feel some type of way too. And we had to have that discussion, and it was like, like me being insecure about certain things, nothing that he did, but it was with myself. And so eventually when we addressed that, I was like, yeah, you're right. And so now with the whole porn thing, that's why it was easier to talk about the porn thing, because we reach a different level of communicating. But Angie always tells me I could never talk about certain things, and it's true. I do be asking too many fucking questions, and I think it's because my job is to talk, and so I'm always like thinking of things, and my mind goes elsewhere. And maybe there are some things I shouldn't be saying, but it is what it is. Well, listen, on that note, we took it from up here to down here. Let's wrap it up.
I know.
But you know what? It was so dope to have you. I think this is not the only time we're going to have you for sure. We're going to bring you back on some other, listen, we talk literally, as you could tell, about everything. So just when you think like, we ramble on about certain things, like, no, that's exactly what we like about having the podcast and having this platform to open up about conversation, because we're literally in a lounge talking about girl shit that both men and women can learn from. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining us. And by the way, they can find you because you have some new projects that you're working on and actually just released as well. So let them know.
Yes. So thank you guys both for having me as well. Like, I always love you guys. We've been friends for so long, both of you guys in different capacities. But both of you guys share special moments in my life, and I'm so grateful. And so for people who are like, out there in the internet game and are keen to this, you can follow me at Queen Cookie. And you can also catch my latest podcast. Well, it's like a show, and I do a podcast, whatever you want to call it. It's called Loving Good Music, where it's me just exploring, because I'm single now. I'm really exploring this narrative of love from a different lens. Trying to understand like what love means to me in this phase of my life, because I'm in a different space and I've lost a lot. I've lost a lot, so much to where I've fallen to the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the pit. And I'm working my way up, and working my way up, I want to understand like healthiness and healthy love and healthy relationships. And so what my show is about, it's literally about me exploring that. I can't paint it any other way than that. It's me exploring love through all of these different avenues. And so if you're exploring love, or you're on that journey and path and you want to join me, find me on Instagram, or it's YouTube, Queen Cookie, and that's COOKEE. I spell it a little differently.
Double E.
And double E for Erica. And that's what it's really about. It's 2 E's for Erica. And, I'd love for you guys to come on this journey with me. That's all it is. It's just about love and my exploration, my failures, my triumphs, my everything.
All of that.
You're gonna see it all.
You're gonna see it all. My last episode, I'm crying, like snot crying, like snot crying.
Ooh, those are the passionate ones though.
So my last episode, I'm like snot crying on there, which
so you had a therapy session with yourself?
I had a therapy session with myself. Every show, I've only done 2 so far, but both of them have been therapy for me. And so, I hope they're therapy for you too. This is literally my way of getting my emotions out. This is the most vulnerable I've ever been on any type of platform that I've ever been, including Urban Hollywood Radio. I wasn't that vulnerable. I was more fun than vulnerable. So this is a side of me that you'll get to see that you've never seen before.
There it is. Well, thank you. Until next time, we'll
see
you.
You. Bye. I'm so ready to play Never Have I Ever. So I'm coming back.
Oh, we coming back for that. We're coming back for that. All right. See you guys.
We out.